Hello everybody, welcome back to a Borderlands 2 unofficial community patch video. And I know it's been a while, well maybe not super long, maybe a little over a week, maybe two, I don't remember, but I am back with another video. Again, I want to reiterate that I'm not sure how my uploading schedule will be. I'm just going to try to do it when it works best for me. I'm very busy with school and just general life stuff, so it'll mostly just be when I can. So yeah. So in my last video, I posited the idea of doing a build for every single comm for each character, maybe except Salvador, at least for now, because I don't have him leveled up. But and I was like, okay, well I'll just go ahead and start with Axton, and I realized that I've actually done a build for every single Axton comm except for the engineer, and I believe it's the assault rifleman. And I guess I haven't done these DLC comms. That might be one of the only other ones I'm missing, so I could try to do a build around that. You guys can let me know in the comments if I've missed one, but I'm pretty sure I've done a soldier, done a grenadier, I've done a slayer of Terra, done the tactician, done the heavy gunner. Haven't done these two. I have done this. I have done this as well. So yeah, and what I mean by every comm is like the type of comm. So like the assault rifleman class mod, I'm not going to do it where it switches impact and battlefront to +5 instead of onslaught. Like that's silly. I'm just going to do the name of the comm, like the gunner comm, the rifleman comm, etc. So I think I've pretty much covered every variant except for the DLC comm here, the assault rifleman comm, and the engineer. And we'll go ahead and start with the engineer. Nothing really crazy. Just slagging weapon here with the slag up. Like the saw bar, it's got great DPS, fun weapon to use. Conference call, because I actually don't really use this weapon a lot, and I thought, why not? Um, a rarity for me, but I actually don't have a weapon in here that is buffed by grenade damage, which is Axton is really good with. You could definitely do that, but I'm just trying something a little different. And then the Creamer for Fight for Your Life and Moxie Healing. Blockade, good shield. Here's the Engineer Com, Legendary, Legendary Engineer. I guess I'll talk about that for a second. The cooldown rate is nice. This hasn't really changed in the UCP. The only difference is that evidently Battlefront doesn't work correctly, or the boost to it doesn't work correctly with the Engineer Com in the vanilla game. The UCP says that it fixes it. I wasn't aware that it didn't work. It's a little odd. I hope that's not the case for you vanilla players, because that really hurts the com's viability. But regardless, it's a decent com. I actually don't really like this com for Axton. I think it's actually pretty weak. Like, I don't really see why you would use this over the soldier, to be honest with you. It only gives cooldown rate, but the soldier gives cooldown rate and gun damage and fire rate and buffs good turret skills. This one's just odd to me, I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the engineer. It doesn't have enough of a niche to me. I think it should buff more turret skills, but alas, we'll give it a shot anyway. Quasar to help group things, bring it into the turrets, just general mobbing capability. And then we have the Firebone and the Ancients for cooldown and to buff our fire weapons. So we can quickly run through the build here. We're definitely going to want double up and Gemini to maximize the turret's firepower. So we can start over here. It does buff Sentry. That's a very good skill to buff. More DPS for the turret and us by way of our other skills. Ready. I'm never going to complain about reload speed. It's really good. Excuse me. Willing, another good survivability skill. Always like to take this. Turret DPS buff. Onslaught buff up our DPS. One thing I do like about the Engineer Com is that it buffs Able. This is a skill that I often like putting points into, but it does suck that it takes away from Grenadier. But with Legendary Engineer, we can only need to put 1 point into it, and we can actually get those points into Grenadier, or at least a few, and I like that. So, get 3 points into Grenadier for some extra grenade capacity and damage, and then the extra slag turret. Very nice. Okay. Here's one where I wish it really wasn't buffed with the Engineer Com. I don't think it fits in very well. I think the idea should be like survivability and turret buffs for this com. and that's basically what it is, except for this one. Doesn't really fit. Um, for the UCP specifically, I would actually like to see a laser sight buff. Getting that turret fire rate up to 10 would actually be pretty cool. Um, Other than that, yeah, I think that would actually be the one that fits the most, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I would like that, but whatever. It's not bad. We'll take it. The rest of the points we'll put in expertise. I love all of that stuff. Metal Storm, great DPS buff. Longbow turret, get that extra health and deploy range. Now, I think we will go ahead and max Battlefront. 10 points into Battlefront is a huge DPS buff, especially in a build where we're going to have a lot of turret uptime. I quite like that. And we'll go ahead and get Do or Die. And we're probably going to get Steady, but I just want to make sure that we're getting the skills that we need in the red tree. Steady is actually not as important with this build because we're not really taking advantage of grenade damage and rocket launcher damage. It's still good and we'll probably come back, but I want to make sure we get the stuff that we need over here first. Preparation, another good survivability skill. Pressure, survivability and DPS packaged together. Can't really get much better than that. Very nice. Phalanx shield for extra turret survivability. Let's see. We can put, I'd say, let's do Forbearance. I like it a little bit more. The status effect duration and damage reduction is quite nice. I especially like lower status effects on OP10 where they really hurt. Now Resourceful. I don't know that we need to max this. I do want Maglock for extra turret, like placement, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know about this. I think it's maybe a little bit overkill. It's not gonna. I mean, let's see. What do we have? 47 plus 53. So about 130%. So it actually would help. You can indeed go over 100%. So, okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and finish Forbearance, just because I like it, and we will pump more points into Resourceful. So we have about 150% cooldown rate, which is pretty nice. We'll have a lot of uptime with the turrets, for sure. And then, since we can't really max grit, I don't really like it because it's such a low percent. Without maxing it, I'd rather just get 3 points into Quick Charge for that extra survivability. Then we'll grab Gemini with the turret fire rate and extra burst. And now we have 5 skill points left. I think we'll just go ahead and take a Steady. It'll help our Quasars, recoil reduction's nice, and it'll help our the Creamer, so why not? It's a good skill. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I mean, pretty standard Axton build, but the playstyle might be a little bit different. We'll be definitely playing around our turrets a little bit more. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and we'll go ahead and get on over to the gameplay. Alright, we are back. Here is the gear. Finishing up our Axton comm series, getting the last few builds out for every single comm with the engineer. And let's go ahead and put it to the test.
Tossing the little lady.
I kind of mentioned this. I just wish the engineer comm was a little bit more different, I guess you could say. It doesn't feel like a very distinct playstyle. It just feels like I'm playing a dumbed down version of the Legendary Soldier. I think I'd rather just use the Legendary Soldier every time. It's not terrible, but there's just not a lot of merit in taking it over the Soldier, in my opinion. Nice. Get some damage. Nice. If I remember correctly, I believe, yeah, if the second turret dies, you can actually throw it again if the first one's still out. Kind of an interesting mechanic. I always forget that. So it basically means that you should throw your second one into the fray and the first one in a safe spot. So, like this. First one up here, second one down. That would be ideal. Nice. Or just stand there, that works too. There we go. Conference call doing pretty well. As it tends to do. Pretty good shotgun. Actually, I don't really use it on Axton that often, but it's really strong nonetheless. The Butcher, Interfacer, Omen. There's plenty of good shotguns on Axton. Alright, there. Throw this one in the middle. Up. Let's get slagged. There we go. Nice. This is pretty good. Turret uptime is definitely noticeable. Basically have it permanently. Complain about that. That would make the rocket launcher. It's never too late though. Nice. Okay, got some good damage. Alright, let's see how fast it is using the whole cooldown like that. Let's see if it's a noticeable difference. Oh man, I wish this guy would stop moving like that. Alright, I'm getting a little too tunnel vision here. Pulling back. And turrets. That's up again. Very nice. Alright, we need to throw turrets. Nice. Some damage. Some bombers. See. Let's use this. Oh gosh, these grenades are like spamming them everywhere. Oh, whoops.
Tossing a match.
Slide, of course. There we go. Goodness. Okay. Get this last guy. Move on. Grab all that ammo.
Oh, don't worry.
Alright. Continue forward.
It's killing time.
May as well just throw him. We have crazy turret uptime. So much spam. Alright, let's try to get some of these grenades back. By picking up these ammo crates. Okay, that helped for sure. And we will continue on our quest. Oh, we're not doing that.
Autogun deployed.
That up there. Throw this one into the middle, kind of. Just try to pull it there. Which is pretty well with the turrets. I like the laser a lot with the turrets. Kind of helps them bring enemies into their line of sight. Kill them a lot faster. Nice. Gosh. Classic. Okay. They're not really in the sweet spot. So. There we go. It's a nasty element. Just kind of crossfire there. Oh, they're not really very well to me. I forgot I had an extra shot there. There we go. Quick charge and forbearance, dealing with that damage over time with ease. If that was any other character, we would have not only lost our shield, but potentially died. That's why I like forbearance and quick charge. It's really good at dealing with that, where most characters are not good at dealing with that. Axton is a very tanky character. He's feels good to play.
You fellas meet the missus?
That up there. That's not exactly where I was aiming. It's actually a decent spot. Nice. This map's probably a little bit too close in range to fully take advantage of the saw bar. Sort of moved down, but didn't put my turrets in a good spot there. Got slagged or damaged. There we go. The turret uptime, super noticeable though, I will say. Looks like we have it basically permanently.
Take this!
I think I should have thrown that there.
Throwing matches!
Okay. That's actually sort of dagger at least. Alright. Oh, it's up there. Don't like that. There we go. Take care of Ruth. We gotta go. Sweet spot. Very nice. Easy enough for a kill. But yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly viable comm. Just like I said, I don't feel like it really adds a unique element to Axton's playstyle. It feels like I'm just doing the same thing as I would with a soldier comm or something. Like, I don't know. I wish it was a little bit more focused on the turret. A lot of it ends up just kind of buffing Axton himself. It would be cool if it, like, instead of just cooldown rate, it also gave, like, fire rate or turret damage, turret burst. Cooldown rate alone is really bland, especially when you consider that the soldier already has it on top of other things. That's really what I don't like about the engineer. It just isn't unique enough. It doesn't really have a good niche. Like, other Axton playstyles are very unique and different, where I feel like I'm really doing something interesting, whereas this one, it feels like it sort of blends together with the soldier, and it doesn't even do as good of a job as the soldier. Is it bad? No, but I'm not sure why you would do it over the soldier, unless it's just for fun. So, yeah, I guess to conclude, I don't hate it. I don't think it's bad. It's just not very unique. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.